Hello, hello, everybody. Merry Christmas. I wanted to hop on real quick, see how everybody's Christmas was. I hope it was merry for everybody. Obviously, I know it's going to take a second for people to get their notification that I went live, as this was not scheduled, but I choose something that I'm pretty darn proud of. So I want to jump on and share with all of you guys. So we had our youngest son, well, both our sons, at the house this morning for a little while. And then it's just been, I worked on achieving this goal that I've been working on for the last week after I got inspired. Oh, my hands are upside down. Nope, that way. Okay, sorry about that. So I got inspired by a video. Hello, Sid. Happy holidays to you too. So I don't know why I have it down on my mat. That makes no sense. I apologize. That was silly. I don't know why I just had you guys look at my mat. My camera is all messed up. What is it doing? There we go. That's better. Okay. What was I saying? Oh, happy holidays. Hi, Mama Beth. Hi, Ronnie. Or Ronnie, are you Ronnie, or are you Ronnie's girl, so your name is different? I'd love to know. Hi, Donna. I was saying I wanted to Michelle. Okay, I'm so glad to know that. Hello, Pearl. Anyways, our boys. Oh, none of you will be surprised. I do not have any lip color on. Even when I have no other makeup on, I have to put that on. I just don't feel complete. Oh, got you. That's the way my brother-in-law spells his name too. Ronnie. So we did good. The Broncos just won. So I'm a happy girl because of that. But also, I need to stop messing with the camera. Also, it was just a really good day. I was very inspired by something that Sara Lovecraft said in her video last Tuesday. Not like just Tuesday, but last Tuesday, when she was on and made her bracelet, which I still have not gotten finished watching that video, but I need to because she's literally done a collaborator links with the rest of them. But in case you don't know, Bargain Bead Box got a lot of backlash about their box this month. There were several veins of complaints. A, there was no red and green. It wasn't Christmas colors. B, there were less items than there typically is. They didn't like the color scheme. A few different things that they didn't like, which I was a little surprised by because this month's box was one I'm very excited about, and I cannot wait to get the companion bundle. We're probably going to do a repeat of the little thing we did a few months ago where we all unbox it together and then we go and create throughout the week, and then we come the following Sunday and we show off everything that we've made throughout this week. So I didn't understand it. And I was like, do you guys see what's in this box? Like, yes, there's less items. There's a pocket watch valued at a very reasonable price, as well as freshwater pearls at a very reasonable price. And I just didn't understand it. I didn't get it. And so she was on and she made a few points that A, if you don't like it, kind of what happens. And it's hit or miss. And you may or may not like the color scheme, the theme, whatever, every month. That's part of signing up for a subscription box. You never know what's going to be in that subscription box. It's designed by other people. B, don't like the color scheme. Use it to stretch your imagination as well as understand that just because you don't like that color doesn't mean that there's not a customer out there that's their favorite color. So there's that. She made a couple other points, but then she said, if nothing else, look at the value, the monetary value of each individual piece. And my brain went, and I got idea after idea after idea over and over and over and over again. And I was like, oh my gosh, yes. Yeah, I know. And I'll tell you, and I've been very honest about this, I was surprised that she scrambled to put out a collection for those people. And that's how Celtic Christmas came about. There's two reasons. One, I wouldn't have done it because I would be afraid that it opened me up to anytime a few people get together and like have backlash, that then she's got to give them what they want. So I didn't agree with it that way. And then also, they've been putting out the companion bundle earlier than ever, and I feel like our companion bundle got delayed a week because of that, which the companion bundle is beautiful. It took everything in me not to order two of them, but I wanted as many people as possible to get some. Okay, so I started creating, and then I couldn't stop. The plan was to do one marathon video. That was 2 hours where I designed, went through everything, and I was going to release it. It turned into 2, and then it turned into 3, and then it turned into 4, and this would be video number 5, because I was so inspired and I kept working and I just kept making pieces. And then I decided to like give myself more of a challenge to like only try to use items that I've gotten from Bargain Bead Box, whether from a purchase or a prior subscription box. I did allow like metals and spacers, stringing wire, things of that nature. I did pull in a few things from my stash, but I really tried to keep it as minimal as possible because I wanted people to see just how valuable this box was and all of the items that they would be able to make using one subscription box and going from there. So even if you watch the first and second video, one of the items that was in those video changed since. So video 3 will be put out tomorrow and video 4 will go out on Sunday morning, so that you guys can watch it. And I can't wait to hear your thoughts on Sunday. But I don't know. Should we start by item or by like day? I don't know that I'll remember every day. And there were a couple things that were done during like my morning live. I did 2 small pieces, and I'll of course link those in the video they belong to. But first, let's start by showing you all that's left. This is all that's left. Outside of one thing, I have to be upfront. I had a little bit of a project fail. Well, not fail, just I thought it was going to take so many more beads to do 3 crocheted strands and then to braid them together. It's way too long. Like, there's my wrist. Like, so I need to do it again. Plus, I'm waiting for some Denver Broncos charms to get in the mail. We're going to the playoffs. You know, these pieces are going to get made. So This is like one exemption, and it's the orange crystals. And it's not because they're orange, it's simply because I didn't want to delay putting out the rest of the videos. I wanted them to all go out. You hear me talk in the videos about wanting to get to Randy's Christmas box, and that's 100% true. So, outside of the orange crystals, this is all that's left of my companion bundle. I used every single other piece, and these three did not get used because either, I mean, I could have thrown these on the end of a chain extender on one of the necklaces or bracelets, but I didn't want it to just be that. And then some of these I specifically didn't use because where they were drilled was so thin. I was afraid that they would break off. And when you see the piece I used them in, you'll understand a little bit more. Also, I used so many different methods. I crocheted, I macrameed, I strung, I did like wire work, I did all kinds of stuff. So this is all that's left outside of the orange crystals. But you guys know your girl's gonna make those because yeah, I'm only on this late because the Broncos were playing football. So this was the very first piece that I made, and I made this piece before the before my first video on purpose because I used the pearls and the English cut crystals along with very humble. I used the little, 5-petal flower and ball spacers, and that's all. And I said that I was more than confident that anybody would be able to, even if you didn't use 18 karat gold plated metals like mine are, whatever, that they could absolutely sell this necklace for the price they paid for the box. So that everything thereafter is pure profit outside of the findings, I know, but as far as the beads are concerned. So this is the first piece I made, and then I have a lot, so it's kind of, I'm hoping things aren't going to get tangled. And then I made this bracelet using the crystals, some seed beads, which I did, that was the other thing. I allowed myself seed beads. And the little ball spacers just to kind of go with this. And then I made a very simple pair of earrings. What I made first. Yeah, there's this many to go through. Then I made these little very delicate pearls, which I thought could be, these were all good designs for very minimalist people in your life. So I had all of these, and then I made these, and I made these before I challenged myself to only use Bargain Bead Box stuff. That came later, and then I made these pair of earrings, and I believe that was it for video 1, but I could be wrong. Then before video 2, I put out a necklace very similar to this that I then went and changed, which was I put together this very easy seed bead necklace. In the original, there was just seed beads and these bicones that are the exact same color as the crystals in here, because obviously I was just about out of crystals at this point in time. I went back and added the gold spacer balls and bicones, and had I not been as far along in as I was, I would have taken the 7th one out and put a gold spacer in between. So it would have been 3 spacer ball 3 and then to the crystals. So, but I still really like this, obviously, otherwise I would have taken it apart. Took apart the other one and completely restrung it. And I was only about like here when I had that like moment. But so this was basically just about all from like day one. So then I have no idea what order things came in after that. So we're just going to keep going. Then I made this necklace, which I believe I did this on one of my lives. I have to go back and confirm, but it'll be put up before the video for this is. But I made this set, which I loved. I love the color blocking. I used some of the nuggets. And then, of course, there are bead caps and ball spacers. I used the other focal. And when I wire wrapped this, I didn't intend to do it, but it was the best happy accident I have ever had. Yeah. And it was way too late in December. Exactly, Sid. So when I came to like the halfway point, I went to keep going around, and instead it went up and behind my swirl, which was the best happy accident ever, because I've always had a problem when I do these that they move, or that I have to like do an exaggerated bend to get them to lay up against the focal that I'm wrapping in front of, or whatever else. Whereas doing that made this, it like doesn't go anywhere. And it looks like it's laying nice and flat. I like it. I've worn it since. Stuff doesn't get caught underneath it, which has happened to me in the past when I've done that. So I'm very, very happy about that. Then, I think this was next, but I could be wrong. This was from day 2. So then I made this necklace using, come on. I think I'm going to make my loops too small because that keeps happening. If so, I'll fix it, obviously, before I sell it or wear it, because I don't like that happens. I made this using the shell pearls. I used, oh no, that was not the necklace. Next one. The next necklace. Blah, words. Anyways, so I made this. I used 2 of the little charms here, put one down on the bottom, used these coral pieces. So there's that one. Scooch that over because I need room for the others. Before this one was made, this one was made. I believe this may have been part of day 1. And I used the porcelain beads and some of the Alaskan jasper, as well as these beautiful leaves that I got in my advent from Rosanna Bradford, which I was very happy. I really liked them. They went perfect. Really liked this. So then there were bracelets to be had. So this was one of the bracelets that came out, and I really like, I prefer the color of the 8mm ones from the Ice Cream Bargain Bead Box, which I had not used. So I was happy I allowed myself to use those to kind of like give a little bit more like visual interest in those. I also made this one using the orange with the coral and the little man-made hematite, which I really liked. These ones I just made today. I also made this one. I got a lot of pieces out of the 10 of these, right, 10? 1, 2, 8, 9, 10. Yes, 10. And then I made this one using more of the orange and these little these little metal spacers, which I love. I also made a bunch of earrings. I'll do those at the end. Then I did my pocket watch, and I added the pearlized agate and these links as a secondary focal because I liked it on the chain, and also, but I wanted to add a little bit more than I did, and I have it connected by 2 separate loops. That way I don't have to fight with one or the other. So there's that one. And then and I made this bracelet. This is one of the fossil coral findings that I had recently. Goodness, Heather. So many. You have to move up. Otherwise, people cannot see. Oops. Don't do that. Okay. Then today I made this one, and it is a knotted necklace. I did pull in this pendant from Miss Randy Brown at Thunder Horse Descendants. This is not your typical knotted necklace, you guys. I did not use pearl knotting techniques or anything of that source. I used macrame knots to make this. It took me less than 40 minutes to make the entire necklace. And that was doing it while I recorded and was talking and everything else. So I made this necklace, and then I made this one using the 8mm Alaskan jasper, the agate, and the little bicone spacers that are preciosa, as were these, and I got them from Bead Box Bargain. So I had those. Okay. Now it is time for earrings, but before we go there, I just want to add everything up. So there is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 necklaces, and I like every single one. Every single one I like. Then there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bracelets. That doesn't count any of the Denver Broncos bracelets I will be making coming up. Then, so there's 10 bracelets, 7 necklaces, right? 7 or 8. I'm not sure which one. And then we're going to get on to earrings. Obviously, I already showed you these 2 pair that I did the very first day. But then I made these little bar earrings with the little dangle using the charm. I made these using some of the coral, shell pearls. That's the word you're looking for, Heather. And I have those. I have these little ones that are just the little bicone, a seed bead, and the 6mm Alaskan jasper. Where's the other one like that? No. This one. And then I made one. Oh, no, that's why it didn't make sense, Heather. It's right there. Okay. And then I made these little ones. I also made these with the little flowers. And then I made this pair right here. And then to use some more of the items in the box, I made 2 little zipper pulls. I like to use these for zipper pulls, but as far as the earrings go, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 pairs of earrings. So, what do you guys think? I tried very hard not to like just make something just to make it, just so it wouldn't be leftovers. As I said, I could have thrown any of these on as little charms at the end of an extender chain, but I didn't want to do that. So I could have, but I didn't want to. It would have been the easiest way to use up the rest of these, but I wanted to love every piece so that when I go to sell it, it's not like, ooh, something is going to get left because it doesn't look nice. Aw, thank you, Ronnie. I'm sorry. I've been right there with you, babe. I've been dealing with it myself. So I completely understand. And I will tell you that this got me through it. It gave me a purpose. It gave me something to do. It challenged me. It like I said, I didn't want an easy out, which if you want to use these as that, please don't take what I'm saying the wrong way. I'm not saying that they would be beautiful pieces. Both of these zipper pulls are going on items that I own. Like those are not going for sale. I made them specifically, one for my Bible cover and the other one for a little purse that I have. So I didn't make stuff just to make it. But I just wanted to show that for $25, it's so, I could probably make 10 times that amount with the items that I made. And not because I priced them expensively, because that's not what I want to do. And just so everybody knows, unless otherwise stated, everything I am showing in this video is for sale, as is most things that I design and create with. If you're a Broncos fan, I'll probably make one of the Broncos bracelets, even though originally that was going to be like a family thing for myself, my daughter, Selena, and then Maddox's girlfriend, Cadence. But I think I have enough to get through it because like this is enough for 2 and it's a dent. I used other blue and white beads from my stash. So you don't use, I think you used a total of like 14. I used a total of like 14 orange and it was too many. So but yeah, and I'm excited because I used a lot of different skills, but didn't get crazy with any of them. All of these are pieces I fully believe all of you could make. So, part 2 went out today. As I said, part 3 will go out tomorrow, and then part 4 will go out Sunday morning because I'm dying to hear what everybody has to say. Did anybody have a favorite piece? I went over them kind of quickly, so. Like I said, this one has the fossil coral. It was, there wasn't a lot of flowering in this piece. So I just took it out of my stock. I have several other ones that are beautiful that would have gone with any of this. I figured this is like pink camo sheep. So for like the girls in your life that like camo. If you like camo, you'd be like great to go. Oh, you like what I did with the watch? I'm gonna tell you that I did something that I was then like, oh my goodness, I need to do this all the time. Let me pull it up and then I'll zoom. Okay, so this right here is not actually part of the bead cap. It is a daisy spacer. But will you please focus? What are you trying to look at? Anyways, it's a daisy spacer, but you think it's part of the bead cap because this looks dotted, even though we know those are actually scrolls. Front on, it looks like a more expensive bead cap than what it is. It's like, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm using that all the time now. All the time now. And then I was able to use the leftover chain in other parts of the box. So that was fun. I had fun doing mixed metals. I loved mixing this with gold. I did a couple pieces that had silver, but for the most part, I stuck to like the antique bronze and the gold because I really like those pieces. I wish I would have remembered that I had these coral seed beads until now. They would have made an appearance in other pieces, but like it's funny because when you watch the video, you'll see me go, "Oh, I don't like those bead caps. They take up the entire bead when you put them on because they're like a dome style one." And then I'm like, "Oh wait, I wonder what they look like on these." Loved them. Was upset I didn't have more, then found more at a later date and time. So it was funny. I tried to make sure that there were pieces that could go together, but could also stand alone by themselves. This one, I went with the 8mm because I only had 3 of the 6mm, and I liked the spacing, and I used the little bicones, which, like I said, I got from Bead Box Bargains. So the only things that I pulled in like from my stash were the 2 chocolate pearls, this focal right here, and the leaves that I got from Rosanna. Right? No, and this that I got from Randy. So I think I did pretty good at sticking to my goal, which I basically wanted anybody that had the box to be able to recreate these pieces with things that they would most likely have in their stash. It also made me think like maybe I need to get a second subscription box so that, say, this wasn't your cup of tea with the pearls right here. Well, here's another option. And I had some pearls similar size and shape in my stash that I could have used, but if you don't know me well, just to let you guys know, I get very stubborn. And when I challenge myself with something, like I missed the whole first half of the game because it became a puzzle. And so, like, these earrings were made at the end. These ones were, but again, I love them. It just became a puzzle to be able to use as many pieces as possible. So I just wanted to come on and share with all of you. And then I can't wait to hear what you think. And if any of this inspires you to make something similar, I'd love to see it. So make sure you tag me in Beading Besties if you put up a post. If you're not a member of Beading Besties, the Link is in the description box below, as is Bargain Bead Box and Bead Box Bargains websites. The video of Sara Lovecraft that inspired a lot of this. And yeah, that's it. I promise that as soon as I figure out the dimensions on this bracelet, that I will do a video on it, because it's very easy. It's literally a chain stitch. There's nothing fancy in this. Oh yay, I'm so excited. That's great, Michelle. You're gonna love it. It's a great group. It's not as big as some of the other ones, but I say quality over quantity. Yeah. And just in case anybody just wanted to like have their names said by another person today, because they were by themselves, and whatever else. Other than a very short period of time today, it was Steve and I for most of the day. So we celebrated with Jer when they were out here. But yeah, I don't know. I had a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun to come up with this. And sometimes when you are in a design slump and you can't think what you're going to make, how you're going to figure out, like you're looking at something and you just, oh, you're here, Michelle? Where in Arizona? I'm in Mesa. Oh, now I'm excited. You might be local, girl. You're also made. How have we not connected yet? I'm off of the 202 and Alma School, but we go out there because we attend a church called CCV out there. So yeah, girl, we got to get together and bead. We absolutely need to get together and bead. That will be so much fun. Plus, Beth and I have been talking about like, well, we want to do some virtual bead alongs to where you guys can be there. We, you won't need more than your phone, because you can always switch from your front camera to your back camera, to like show your face or show your mat. And we've also talked about like, hey, we're gonna do get together in this state. This is the date, this is the time. You're welcome to join from wherever it is that you are. And yeah, it'd be fun. Wouldn't it be cool, Beth, if we just literally RV'd around the country, just beading with other beady friends? I also used to always say one of us needs to win the lottery, and then we need to have a beading cruise where it's just beads, not just a few of us, but like all the peoples, the whole ship beating people, which would be amazing. Also, Bernie and his brother are in a band, Michelle. So we oftentimes go and see them play. And Cindy West is out closer to you. And I'm trying to think who else. There's a couple of people out there. I know that Deb Flores and Brittany are both in the West Valley. Like Deb's very, very far in the West Valley. But yeah. So anyways, guys, I just wanted to pop in. I hope you all had a wonderful day. I hope that this inspired you. Like I said, if you get into a design slump, give yourself a challenge. Challenge yourself to make 10 pair of earrings in one day. Challenge yourself to go find all your orange beads and sit down and make stuff. Challenge yourself to make a piece that could be worn with jeans and a t-shirt, as well to address the events, like your little black dress. And I think we might have to, I think we're going to have to do something like that 2026, where we put out a challenge and then everybody makes and posts their stuff in the Beading Besties group. And I don't know how we'll decide who the winner is. Whether it's because of the design, the interaction, like below your design. So like the people with the most comments or whatever else. I don't know how we'll do it, but I would have so much fun. I love you too. Go to bed. Mwah. You did too much. She just had 2 spins put in, and she had 12 guests over for Christmas dinner. Anyways, I just want to pop in. I hope you all had a very, very Merry Christmas. I will be live on Sunday, I believe. I'll put out a post if not. But at the latest, I'll see you guys again on Monday morning at 10 a.m. my time. That's Mountain Time, because we don't participate in daylight savings. 10 o'clock, that's not my normal spot. It's normally 12 p.m. But Randy's on vacation, so we all pop back. It's kind of confusing. If you don't watch all of us, it's a little hard to follow, but I'm really excited for 2026. We don't have like a lot of huge lofty goals, but some that have specifically to do with growing the community all together. So I don't know what this is going to look like, but yes. Yeah, I know. It can take me a while because I don't always know what I'm going to like. Know what I don't like that. That's for sure. If I put something up and I'm like, no. But anyways, ladies, thank you guys for indulging me and letting me share with you. I'm very excited about everything that I made. So I can't wait to see what you guys make as well. So as always, ladies, love and appreciate you. Have a safe and merry rest of your Christmas, and make some plans for New Year's if you don't already have some. Maybe we need to make some, like one of those little bead-alongs. So, bead-alongs. Words are hard sometimes. But anyways, love you all. Happy beading.